Hi, my name is Rhonda and I'm here to help people elevate their emotional intelligence. And today's subject is spotting an NPD, or otherwise known as a Narcissistic Personality Disorder. I think we've all been exposed to somebody with a narcissistic personality disorder in our lives. And I had one big experience where I dated a guy on and off for about 2 years. And I definitely learned a lot in that experience. But one thing that I learned, and if I would have paid attention to at the time, is how to spot a narcissistic personality is through pictures. And yes, it is that easy. I remember going through photographs when we were together, taking a lot of pictures, and a lot of them seemed okay. But remember, they put on a mask. They'll put on a veil, so you really can't tell who they really are or what they're thinking. But guess what? Every now and then they slip up. And where we find that is in photographs. And what had happened with me is I was dating a guy, we think we'd been dating for about 4 months. And I took a picture of him on my patio. And he was sitting at the table, at the chair, drinking a beer. And when I saw that photograph, I thought, oh my gosh, he looks so evil. And at the time, in the midst of love bombing and whatnot and all that, I chose not to see that, and I chose not to believe that. And it was only afterwards, after the 2 years when I managed to escape that horrible, horrible relationship, that I was able to see that in other pictures and other things. And so when you are looking at pictures of people that you take, and remember, they're going to mirror you, or they're going to try to be the very best person they possibly can, but they're going to screw up, and you're going to catch it in a picture. And you need to look for the eyes, the dark eyes, the soulless eyes, catching in a photograph when they're thinking, and you can tell that they're thinking about that manipulation and that next move and how they're going to be able to control you and manipulate you again. And I noticed it in person also, but in the pictures, it wasn't like I was caught up in the moment. There wasn't this ongoing of the present moment in time, and I was able to sit back and really study the pictures. And if I would have paid attention to that picture after 4 months, it would have ended right there. I would have said, nope, no way, no way. And what had happened, it was probably about 3 or 4 months before we split up, or before I got away from him. There was one photograph I saw him, and it was 100% exposed who he was. His eyes were dark. He looked like a totally different person. His mask had completely fallen off, and he was scary. It was just terrifying, actually. And it was after that point I started being able to get my head on straight, after all the gaslighting and the discarding and then bringing back, and this whole repetitive thing over and over and over again. And then by going through those pictures, I was able to take a photograph and then match it up in the present, in the real time, and see what he was doing. And so using a photograph and photographs that you can look at and compare them with other people. Let's have pictures of your friends or your parents or strangers even, and see what they look like in those photographs. And say your best friend, is there ever going to be a time where you're going to see in this person this mask come off, and this guilt and this shame and all of these emotions that they do have? Yes, they do have emotions. They're not happiness and good feelings, but they do have emotions. So if you really want to try to spot a narcissist, look at the photographs that you've taken of them, because they're going to screw up, and you're going to be able to see the real person in at least one of those photographs. You just have to pay attention. And again, I'm Rhonda, and if you like the content of this video, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.